Hello, fellow North Georgians. So, a couple things I want to talk to you about today. It's going to be a pretty quick message, but number one, I wanted to give you a market update. So, we have about 144 listings on the market right now that are residential listings in the Dalton MLS. So, that number is kind of low for this time of year. This is the spring selling season, so we normally like to see a little bit more inventory on the market. I did look at the numbers leading up to today. So the first quarter basically of this year, we had 206 sales. So that's about 25-30% off of the normal number of transactions that we have. So number of transactions down a little bit, as you might expect, higher interest rates, a ton of people refinanced, and a ton of people bought over the last couple of years. So the market has slowed down a little bit. And then the average price is actually up about 3%. We're looking at around 230, 235 right now for the median sale price for the first quarter. So that is up slightly over last year. And then we also have price per square foot is still going up. So the home that you were going to buy last year, if it was a 1,500 square foot house, it was going to cost you about 130 a foot on average. And then this year through the first quarter, it's about 140, 141. So the price per square foot continues to go up. That means that if you had waited from last year to this year, you paid more. Now, unfortunately, you also have a higher interest rate, so that payment shock is really what's keeping people off the market and keeping those transactions down. But I will tell you that the inventory that is available, that 144 houses or so, not a lot of inventory, but under 250, man, we have almost nothing. Days on market is about 5 or 6 days if you're under 250, and the overall market is up to about 30, 35 days, which is still super fast. So let's not get carried away here. That is a really short time for days on market. And if you're under the median, so median's roughly 235, if you're under the median, you're going to sell your house in 5 or 6 days if it's a decent house that doesn't have some sort of glaring inefficiency to it. So anyway, that's the market update. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys about was a new system that the Georgia Clerk of Court has put in place. Lately, we've been getting text ourselves and been getting some emails, and other realtors have too, by so-called investors that are going to put an offer in on one of our listings. They just want us to share the warranty deed information, so the name on the warranty deed. So the idea is for the scammers and the hackers that they will go file a fake warranty deed that supposedly has your signature on it, and they will then sell your property without you knowing it and try to then make a profit and transfer that money out before you ever figure out. So I told you the Georgia Clerk of Court website has released a new product. This is what it is. So it's going to help you to avoid anybody doing that to your property, because it's going to give you a notification immediately when something changes about your personal property or your residential property. So I don't think they're allowing it for commercial property yet. I'd have to confirm that to be sure. I think it has to be in an individual person's name. When I set it up on my house, I had to use my name and not my company name, just so that they would notify me. So it's called the FANS system, FANS. And I'm sure that acronym sounds or spells out something to do with a notification system. I just don't remember what the F and the A is for. But nonetheless, Georgia Clerk of Court FANS system. If you Google that, it'll pop up the page that you need to register. It's free, and you can only do it for one property per person at the moment. So just know that maybe in the future you'll be able to do it for multiple properties if you're an investor or something. But for now, your primary residence, you can get notified right away if somebody files a deed on your property, whether it's a security deed, a warranty deed, any kind of lien. It's basically a notification system that lets you know somebody's doing something with your property. So it's an attempt to help avoid some fraud, and I like it. I registered. It was really simple, easy. It took me 5 minutes. So I would recommend that all you guys do that to keep the fraud to a minimum. It's amazing how easy it is for somebody to file a fake lien on your property. And then when you go to sell it, you have to fight that and get that removed, and it could delay your closing. And if they're smart about it, they might just file it for such a low number that it's $100 or $200 that you might just pay it because you don't want to avoid closing or delay closing. And so you may just pay it to keep from delaying it. $100 here or there times 50 properties across the county. Well, those guys make a pretty good lick. So anyway, I would tell you, make sure you register your house on that system so that you can avoid having any of those kinds of delays when we go to closing. All right, guys, that is it for April's newsletter. Talk to you soon.